This version of 5-Minute Physiology will be a little bit different because I'm getting straight to the answer. It's one of the only times when I'm going to skip the why in the physiology and just give you ammo for why something is true or not true. And the reason I'm doing this, honestly, it's freaking irritating if you can tell by the emotions coming out of me right now. Because I thought we were done with this conversation like 20 years ago. In fact, if you have half a brain, and you've seen any of the other videos, especially if you're in class, we've gone over this concept that there are no such things as bad exercises. There's bad application of exercises. You did an exercise with the wrong person, you progressed too fast or too slow, too much intensity, too much in volume, bad technique, etc. But you can't blame the exercise. But for some reason, we can't get past this with plyometrics. Now, if you're not familiar with that term, that just means like jumping and landing. And for some reason, we think it's bad or dangerous, and we especially think it's dangerous for kids. Well, it's utter nonsense. I'm not really going to get into a ton of detail here, but I wanted to make a video so, not that you really needed to know this, but so that you can forward this to parents or other coaches or administrators that are concerned about their kids doing quote-unquote plyometrics. It's just stupid. Even if you look at something like WebMD, this is what I did, and you look up what are the risks of plyometrics, you can see it right there. This is the #1 voted answer. It's complete and utter garbage. Shameful on the person who wrote it, by the way, whose name is Rehab Worker. Well, terrible. Right? You can read it for yourself, but it says things like plyometrics are a very dangerous method of exercising. There are no exceptions. That should tell you right away this person doesn't think very well. There are no exceptions? Really? Yeah, and it involves all injuries are caused by application of excessive forces, blah, 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 blah. The problem with plyometrics are they cause irreversible damage. Really? Really irreversible tissue damage. And this is debilitating. Articular cartilage is damaged that you can't come back from. What complete and utter nonsense is this? So I guess we do have to fight this battle still. But plyometrics are in fact not dangerous. If you've ever watched a kid, you realize they do this all the time, every day. What do you think jump rope is? What do you think running around and playing? I mean, I remember as a kid, I used to play a game, just run up the tree and jump off, or run up the house and jump off. This is the whole game, right? Hopscotch. It's a one-footed hop to a one-footed hop, sometimes to a poop. That's plyometrics. Why aren't kids then tearing ACLs and having irreversible joint damage? What, do you think we're going to stop kids from running? I don't know, no jumping today, Sally, that's a plyometric. That's dangerous. Stupid, right? We have to think about this for 2 milliseconds and realize there's nothing going on here. Now, any exercise, any exercise, squatting, sit-ups, push-ups, planks, everything is dangerous in the wrong context. Water, if you drink too much water, you can die. And it's called drowning. So of course, if you do too many plyometrics, that can be dangerous, but don't blame the back squat because you got hurt squatting when you squatted too much, you did it too often, you had bad technique, and you did it with the wrong person. Well, I would say the same thing with plyometrics, right? Or the same thing with water. Don't give a 4-year-old a gallon of water and expect them not to die. Of course they're going to die. But don't blame water, it's not dangerous for you. So with plyo, just keep a watchful eye. See my picture? Get it? Right? Watchful eye on the volume, how much are they doing? So with kids, we see things like, well, I played AAU volleyball, and then I was on my select soccer team, I had my personal trainer, I was doing my speed clinic on the weekends, and I did all 4 of these in a given week, and then you wonder why I had joint problems with plyometrics. Must have been the plyos, right? No, you just did way too much running and jumping. Had nothing to do with it. Progression is the same thing, right? So if you've got a freshman in high school who's doing their first sport, you don't need as many, you can't give them as many ground contacts, as many jumps and land as you can as an 18-year-old who's been working with the strength coach, a good quality strength coach, since they were 7. It's not total volume that always gets you, sometimes it's progression to that volume. Same thing with intensity. So if you've had a 18-year-old who's maybe played sports her whole life, but she's never done any strength training, don't have her step off of a 36-inch box, land and jump up as high as she can for 5 sets of 10 on her first day. You're going to blow her to pieces, right? So progression, and then quality. Quality is always true. Make sure they move well, right? There's just no excuse to do any exercise, whether it's a sit-up or a bicep curl with bad position and bad technique. So as long as those things are in wrap, it's pretty silly for us to say, make blanket statements like plyometrics are dangerous, and it's, I would argue, irresponsible to make the comments like the person was doing on the WebMD. It's not plyometrics are dangerous. You're an idiot. I'm out.